Okay, guys. This is DAZ Studio version 6. I'll show you here. It says, where is it about DAZ Studio? So this is Studio 6. I'm very interested to see what this is going to look like, how it's going to render. So far, the interface is very interesting. I mean, you could always set up the interface to look any way you want, but this is what it looks. And I did ask directly the question here. I wanted to know, does DAZ have any new AI tools for animation? So what they said is right now we don't have any new AI tools inside of DAZ Studio that generate or drive animation directly. DAZ Studio is an AI image generator. It doesn't tie to DAZ products or animation workflow. So for AI animation, the current approach is to create your scene in DAZ, render it out, then use an external animation tool to animate the image with a text prompt. And it's funny because that was exactly what I was doing for anybody else was doing, out to toot my own freaking horn. But I was doing that because I was sort of like, hey, because my thing had always been DAZ has great models and 3D based assets, but crappy on the animation. And you could do it in Maya and all these other tools, but Maya is super expensive. I didn't have $5,000, with kids to spend on a platform. DAZ is a free platform, and so I was like, okay, but I wanted to animate my stories, and not have to rely on a studio to get my stuff done. Now people are raging and they're fucking, as far as AI goes and stuff. But I'm like, people like me is a godsend because it was enabled me to do what I always wanted. This interface looks very, very different. I mean, you can see her, she's got hair on, but here she doesn't seem to have it. Let me see what happens when I render here. See what that looks like and how fast does it take to render. Come on. Oh, come on. Is it really? Please don't crash. Alrighty. Huh. Oh, here we go. And I'm still kind of animating her. I'm animating her the old-fashioned way I used to animate. And okay, let's cancel that. But I'm gonna try to see what other things I can. I'm gonna play around with it because it's the new version, and I want to see what they were able to do. Well, since they don't have animation tools, let's see if they've got. Let me go. I'm gonna fix the window, make a there's AI chat. There's uses for me for animation. But where's your okay timeline? Alright, it's the timeline. I like to animate on this thing here. So it looks like you've got that timeline. Where's the animate tool? Please tell me I don't have to install it again. Yeah, it looks like I have to install animate again. Alright, that's a bummer. Yeah. So this is one thing about upgrades. Sometimes not everything comes over. So let's do this. Let's go to simulation and let's see what happens when I try to simulate her hair. Because that was always one thing that kind of drove me crazy, was how long it took to simulate hair and stuff, and especially when it came to animation. Again, I don't have my animation panel, so I'm gonna have to. At least I'm gonna have to add that. Go back into my stuff. It's just, I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I prefer iClone. I'm gonna do an iClone tutorial and show you why I prefer iClone, even though DAZ has better assets, 3D assets. iClone is way better, faster for animation. They have huge animation library, and it's because iClone is generally used for gaming. You can hook up Unreal Engine and different things. They have bridges to that. DAZ created a bridge in Unreal Engine, but it was like historically DAZ very cumbersome and hard to use. So let's see what happens when we do this with hair. Initialization, sure. Duration, current frame. Let's simulate her hair. Okay, let's go and see what happens, how long it takes to simulate. Okay, not too bad. Oh, her hair's going everywhere though. You can see it in this thing here. Why does her hair look like that? Why is it doing that? Just let it fall. Okay. So let's see what happens when I render. I haven't used DAZ in a while, except for just to do images, static images for AI input for animation. Because to me, for my AI pipeline is just for mocap now. That's all that. It's like I don't even do it for base imagery. I use it for mocap. It's just way easier and more fluid. And I don't have to do all this stuff with the draping of the hair and all this stuff. Let's see what the hair looks like. Alright. Nah, cool. So I might play with it, but until DAZ figures out a way to integrate its animation pipeline, I know that they look at it more like it's for stills. Okay, cool, right? I mean, it's rendering pretty fast, but then I'll have a lot of stuff in the viewport here. Let me cancel this. I'm gonna try one more thing before I get out of here. So let's go to the render settings, filtering. Filter is on. Okay, so let's do this one more time. And that's why it's probably rendering pretty fast. And filter out the noise, the specular, fireflies. So yeah, DAZ is still just going to be used right now as a base template for mocap, because it's just, you know, I had to fight for years just to get the little bit, like I was very, as you might imagine, very mouthy. I didn't make a lot of friends in the DAZ department, but I didn't care because it was sort of like I was the one fighting for dynamic hair, for example, dynamic clothing, for example. It just didn't look realistic. Even if you're trying to just do this for stills, don't you want the clothes to drape real? Don't you want the hair to drape real? It didn't even matter about animation. It mattered about trying to get that realism people were looking for in some of their, and you know, in their still work. But there we go. And I like, you could see like, wow, it's like the details, there's like veins in her arms, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so there's that. I was gonna go into doing more detail in regards to, you know, some other things, but I'm just gonna stop it here. Cancel. Yes. Alright, so that's what we got there. It's probably promising in some other areas. It looks like the speed has been increased as far as the draping and with the rendering of images. So that part's pretty cool. But as far as anything else, yeah, I wouldn't be able to actually do any fast animation in it. So it still has a ways to go there. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this aspect of it. I might try to do more as I try to figure out what other things version 6 can do. Alright, hope this finds y'all well, and talk soon.